Alright guys, I've been sorting out a few things on these two vehicles I'm working on. So I've got these things, I just put them on. I'm going to polish them now after they're on. Well, not right now, but finish polishing out some of this stuff, get this panel finished up and then ready to do a touch up on that, respray that, just that area. I'm just going to spray that one area, clear out to the seam, blend the clear, and it'll come out real nice. It'll blend really good with the fresh clear, so it'll turn out really good and it'll adhere and everything. So I got all these on. Got these ones on here, over here, on here, over here, up here. Got those two on if you saw that in the last video, and over there. So all those are on. I got this handle on here. Got a few things to sort out in here. And it's looking pretty good. I'm going to get brand new roof panels from Wolfsburg West. They sell the roof set for like 50 bucks. So I thought, you know what? Versus me trying to make this one here, which is going to be a pain. I think I'll just pull those ones back out if I can. May have to break them to get them out of there. And just put the set they have in. And then I'll continue. Gotta drill and tap those holes. I think I drilled them already, but I have to tap them. I think. Oh, maybe I haven't drilled them all. So, gotta drill and tap them. Finish that up. In there. So once I sort out a few things on that, I'm gonna take this carpet and make a little piece for in here. It'll make it nice looking, give you a little something for your feet, something you can take and shake out camping. And so I'm going to do that too. And eventually I'm going to do the seat in this. I don't know if I'll do that in this video, but it just depends on what I'm in the mood for. I'm just going to start doing stuff and then show you progress, maybe show you a few things in high speed or whatever that I'm doing. As soon as I can find it, I like to put the latch on this thing. I don't know where it's at yet. I've just been looking for stuff. When I find it, I fix it and put it on. I need to sort out a few more things on the engine on this. I think the fuel pump was leaking a little bit, so I got a kit for it. I'm gonna check the oil, make sure it didn't leak into the oil. I don't know if it did or not. But the carburetor's kind of screwed up, and I'll get that dialed in. So there's little things I got to do. I'm just gonna work on them, get them done as much as I can. See where we end up. All right, so I made this thing. Let's see here. You can see like right here, I put that edge of binder on the carpet. Just kind of make it look old, like the older, like they used to have those rattan mats in these things. So that would look kind of good for in here. Really cleans it up. So, because it just looks so weird with the wood without anything on it. I just made that real quick. Doing a couple more things to the camper. I used one of these things that just lines it up there. Put that on there and it just lines it right up with the thing. You just shove the stuff in there and it puts it on it. It's not that easy, but yeah, it always shows it to be so easy, right? It's not that easy, but it works, and it works pretty good. With a real walking foot machine, it'd be a whole lot easier. This is just a walking presser foot, so the presser foot walks like this. It doesn't have the whole needle stitch go forward. Yeah, I know it looks crooked, huh? But it's actually how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be like that, because you can't straighten it. And that's a European mirror. That's what came on these. Weird, huh? Yep. Anyway, still got a mirror for this side. I gotta get one for the other side still. I gotta make the other one. I used the original rubber. I tried to use that black stuff. It didn't work. So we'll continue on, and I'll try and find some more of this stuff. I'm gonna look for it. I've been looking. See if I can find it. Even if it's black, it'll be all right. I'll just use it. Good enough. It'll mirrors. See, even these are not original, but they use the same rubber, and that's how it holds the mirror in. I don't think those are glass either. Who knows? These are the elephant mirrors from Wolfsburg West. So, yep. And these are the European mirrors. That's the difference. Alright, so I got the bus up on the lift here. I'm gonna do my own throttle control thing. I didn't have any flat bar, so I had this square tubing. Let me get you guys a little wider out here. Come on, be nice. Okay, so I got a little square tubing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld this on there, and then I'm gonna make a little tab to go from here up to there. So I'm gonna see what I have. This is the resources I have, so I'm gonna use what I've got. I guess I could center that. When I pull this all the way down for wide open throttle, it comes down to right there. So, I mean, if it's spaced down a little bit, it'll have plenty of room for the throttle to go all the way open. So what I'll do is I'll do that, and I will cut a groove right here where my finger is. I'll make a mark on there, and I'm going to bend this up, and I'll probably shorten this thing a little bit. I don't need all that tubing, but I just cut a piece to kind of check it out. show you the next step. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut a V groove right here so I can bend that up. I won't cut all the way through. I'll just cut through a portion of it, cut a V out of it, and then that's where my tab will weld on there. And then I'm going to cut it a little shorter, or actually, is that my, yeah, that's my cut. I'm going to cut a little bit shorter there, and then let's take a look at it. So I just did this here, cut it shorter. Got this thing here. I'm going to use this little piece. I just cut one in half. I don't have any flat bars, so let's use this. I'll cut that a little shorter as a tab to weld on. I gotta figure out how long to cut that. I know, it's a little sloppy, but that's okay. We'll see how it looks when I'm done. Got the magnet on there. I didn't really feel like cleaning metal, so I just burned it in there. Got a little bit mounty, of course. Didn't really want to reset my welding settings, but that's fine. Perfect for this. So I made this little piece to put on the end of the, I don't know what the thing's called, little Y for the throttle. I'll show you a little bit later. You'll figure it out. But I drilled a hole in there, and I got an eye bolt that goes in there too. I bought some stainless eye bolts a while back. All right, so this piece goes right there. I can extend that out a little bit so I can put that eye bolt on there. Hopefully it's in the right place. Should work out. All right, I'll weld that on there. If you notice, I have a little bit different stuff on here than the regular hardware. I drilled all these. I have a video on that. I drill all these things and put cotter keys on them, space everything right, and it works so much better. All right, so that's what it looks like in place. I just use the square tubing. I'm going to drill through here a bigger hole and a tiny little hole through the other end so that it won't pull through. And then put the cable through there, and then I'll eyelet right here so that when you're stepping on the gas, it'll just slide over the cable. Then I'll have a little set screw above it so that when you pull the throttle, it'll pull this down. And then if you wanted to accelerate from there, so it'll basically give it a fast idle if you want, or on the freeway, maybe you could pull it, let your foot off the gas for a little bit, give yourself a little rest, something like that. It might work. I'm not saying it's cruise control. I don't know if it's gonna be very legal, but it's kind of cool because it gives you, a little bit of throttle and some cool stuff. Let's take a look at the inside. All right, since I had the original knob, it is still a little tough. I went ahead and freed this up. Still a little stiff. I have to get some more oil out maybe. It was working pretty good a minute ago, but yeah. So this thing's working. Well, that's because I turned it. It was going pretty straight. So now that it's turned, it's going to be a little bit harder. Oil's going to work its way down in there little by little. I've been spinning it around, taking it out. I ran the drill on it on the other end for a while. Put some oil in it with the drill going. Put some oil up in here and just kept soaking it and running it up and down a bunch of times. But now it works. Kind of. Want it to be a little bit easier than that. In an emergency situation, you can always push the clutch in. But it'd be nice to be able to push this back in. But if I was driving down the road. But it'd be kind of cool, just at least, mostly for me, it's because I don't have I have chokes, but I don't have a fast idle on my choke. So I just wanted something that I can pull up, to give it fast idle so I can have a lower idle once it's warmed up. Because I can't stand that idle being really high when it's warmed up. It's just irritating. So anyway, we'll see how it works in a little bit. Right, I think that looks a little bit better. I like the color better. You know, the stitching is a little rough, but it'll be fine. Looks better than it did, I think. My wife looked at them. She says, that looks better than that. Yeah, it just looks too generic looking. This looks more custom. Even though, you know, we know better, right? That is homemade, baby. It says it all over it, but, you know, it looks all right. Not very good with that sewing machine. That sewing machine is not the best one. If I had a better sewing machine, I could probably do better work too, so that makes a big difference. And yeah, that one's hard to get it through the presser foot. I don't know, I'm getting better at it as I go. I'm kind of figuring out some stuff, but not really, you know. If I did it every day for like a month, I'd probably get pretty good at it. Probably. But even with that machine, I could probably make it look pretty good. But I can't. I'm not going to ever do that, I don't think. Anyway, I'll put this one back in there, and then we'll check out that idle, and I'll get on that one. Well, I tried moving it. The cable's just too stuck in here, so I'm gonna have to probably get another one. It's just too old. I was gonna use it, but it just don't work. It's too stuck. Pull on as hard as you want, and you can't move it, so it's stuck. So, I mean, I already moved it a bunch of times, but it's just not worth it. Might as well just get a different cable, and maybe I'll even move it over. I don't know, I'll just leave it there on this one. On the other one, I'm going to put it closer to the driver, so be a little easier to pull. All right, well, that's it for that. That didn't work. Let's see what they got on Amazon. They got some like lawnmower style cable. I think they're called control cables or something like that. If you look one up, you can find it. And they're pretty cheap there, or I could get a brand new Volkswagen style one for $26. And then I have to cut it. I don't know. I might just get the cheap one and go that way versus cutting a brand new one. Doesn't make sense. Maybe I'll just use the cheaper one off Amazon, and then I'll have to leave my house. I can get it to come to me. All right, I'll talk to you a little bit later then. All right, well, we're running out of time and I'm running out of energy, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you put a comment in there. Talk to you in the next one, and I'll see what's happening on the next one.